Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial section on my YouTube channel. I am Mr. Olu and this is Mr. Olu Designs. In this tutorial video, we're going to be learning how we can create a little bit of mini simple, editing on CorelDRAW. So without further ado, let's jump right into this session. As you can see, I already have my workspace set up for me, and I'm working in 1000 by 1000 pixels as usual. I'm working my color mode in this particular tutorial video is RGB, and my resolution is still set to 300 dpi. So now we've already created our workspace, so we already have our workspace here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in the elements that we will be using for this tutorial section. So if you want to follow along, the link to download this material will be made available in the description of this video. So now we're going to quickly be bringing in our materials that we'll be using for this particular tutorial session. So let's quickly bring them in. We have our YouTube resources here, so let's quickly bring them in. Okay, now we just wait for it to load so that our stuffs will finish loading. Now they are finished loading, so the next thing we're going to do is we're just briefly going to zoom out so that we can easily reduce our elements. Okay, so we can easily reduce our elements. So the next thing you're going to do is, although this is one method of bringing in, the other method of importing an image or a file to your CorelDRAW workspace. Now these are the 3 images or the 4 images we will be using for this tutorial session. Now in this tutorial video, we're going to be creating something more like a lonely guy who needs a little bit of push and motivation to move forward, to keep moving towards the weekend, because like we say, weekends are always the best part of our daily lives, especially if you are workers or if you are working. Weekends are usually one of the most amazing part of our life, so it is very good that we tend to enjoy it to the very best. So now we are going to be creating a design more of look forward into the future, like aim into the weekend, aim into the future, whichever case it may be. So these are the images we'll be using for our tutorial session today. So the first thing we are going to do is, as usual, we are going to create our little box where we are going to work behind, which is our power clip. So we're just going to create a little box, and we're going to center align it with our P. Then we remove the outline by coming here and right clicking, and then we remove the outline. And the next thing we're going to do is we are briefly going to just bring this and this, then we click, we align them together, we go to power clip, then we power clip it inside this our box here. So now the next thing we're going to do is you're going to just go into our box by double tapping, then we've entered. So the next thing we're going to do is for our editing to take place, you're also going to create another box which we're going to be using for the base. But in this case, it's not necessarily going to be the base because you're also going to power clip into this box today. So now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in this image into this box. Okay, we're going to bring in this image into this box. Or we are just going to use only this image into this box. We're going to bring in this image into this box. So we double tap as usual to enter our power clip. Then what we are going to do today is we are going to rotate this. Okay, we are going to rotate it. Then after rotating, we are going to make it a bit large to cover the whole area, something like this, or something like this. Let's just leave it to be this way. Let's leave it to be this way. Now we are going to zoom in, then we are going to exit. And the next thing we are going to do is we are now going to bring this road here. We are going to bring it in. Then we'll take it to the front. Then we're going to take it to the back using, for example, now to bring this image to the front is shift page up, or to take this one to the back is shift page down. So now we've brought this, we are going to center align it. Then we are going to drag it again till it occupies. Okay, now you can see that we have our own cloud here in this road. This particular road has its own cloud. We want to make use of the cloud in the other image. So what we are simply going to do is that we are going to transparent this particular image. We are going to transparent it. So let's bring it out a little bit. Let's bring this cloud this way first. So we are going to transparent this. Okay, we are going to transparent it. Not the whole image, but this top part, because we want to make use of this cloud, not this sky. We want to make use of this sky or cloud, but not this one. So we are going to transparent. We are going to go this way. We go to our transparency tool. Then we just transparent it to somewhere around here. Sorry, it's going to be from down. We transparent it to somewhere around here. No, still too much. Okay, we're going to just transparent it from somewhere here. Okay, so we're going to transparent it from somewhere here. We're going to make it a bit realistic in a way. Okay, now you're just simply going to put it. Then the next thing we're going to do is that we're going to enter our power clip. Okay, we are going to enter this our power clip. Then we are going to transparent this one. Or to make this thing easy for us, why don't we just bring everything to the surface? Why don't we just bring everything to the surface? Okay, so we just cut it out, remove this, then we paste, cut with Ctrl C, and paste with Ctrl V. Now this is looking a bit too ill, so what we are simply going to do is you're going to adjust it a bit. You're still going to keep on adjusting. You're going to keep on adjusting till it kind of blends together. Okay, you're going to keep adjusting till it blends. Okay, how are we doing? It's a little bit foggy. So now what we are going to do is that since it's a bit foggy, we are just going to go to our effects. We are going to go to adjust. We go to image adjustment lab so that we can adjust this image a bit. So we don't want to make it too reddish. Okay, we just keep on adjusting. Let's give it something like this. We, like I said, it's a bit of photo manipulation, a little bit photo editing, so we don't really need to make it as it's supposed to be. We're going to give it our own texture, our own feel. Okay, so this is going to be screenshotted and also added to the file for you to work with the adjustment. So for every adjustment we do, we are going to check if it is going to work. Okay, now what we just need to do is we are now going to transparent this other tab, this other part. I'm going to transparent it, drag it a bit to the side. Okay, so now since that is done, let's exit. Since that is done, okay, this is looking a bit promising. Let's see if we can edit this and see. Okay, let's edit the road. We are editing the road this time around to what we have in the sky. So if we're not okay with it, we can just remove it. Okay, let's edit the road this time around. Let's take it back a bit. Okay, so whenever you don't get what you're looking for, you just press Ctrl Z and you get what you're trying to do. Okay, so let's increase the brightness a bit. Okay, so all this is a little bit of photo manipulation. So let's click on OK, and then this is looking a bit blended now, like the sky is reflecting on the floor. It's more like the sky is reflecting on the ground. So this is looking okay now. So now the next you're going to do is you're going to bring in our text. Okay, we're going to bring in our text. So the first text you're going to bring in is something, let's use Wednesday. It's Wednesday, not too long. I was looking for something a bit, let's just use Tuesday. Let's use Tuesday. Then we're going to change this font to between Bevel's New, or let's use League Gothic. But one thing I love doing is sometimes when I want to choose a font in this kind of font, when I want to choose fonts like this, I always like to experiment. So what I do is, as I brought out this one as League Gothic, I'll make a duplicate, then give it Bevel's New. I give it Bevel's New bold. Then I'll make another duplicate. Then I'll give it, let's say impact. Let's give it impact. Sometimes it's always good to experiment so that you can easily check which one can do the job for you. So impact is too bold. No, impact is too bold. So I have between either League Gothic or Bevel's New. Okay, let me use Bevel's New. So the next thing I'm going to do is, now here is the trick part. You have to just be able to follow me step by step. Now here is the trick part. So now what we are going to simply do here now is, we are going to turn this to 3D to make it look like it is lying flat on the road. To make it look like it is lying on the road, like it is not just standing on the road, but it's blended together on the road. The same way we have the rails, these white rails. We want to make this our Tuesday to be the same way with the rails of this road. So now all we need to do is, now that we've selected our text, so let's just make a duplicate first, because we're going to edit it. So like I always advise you guys, always make what? A duplicate. So let's center our line, then we drag it down to somewhere here. Okay, and let's reduce it a bit. Now we have done this. So the next thing we're going to do is, we're going to go to our effects, then we go to 3D effects, then we go to 3D rotate. So let's bring it this way. You see, it's already blending. So all we just need to do is to start twisting this till it adjusts to how we want it. Okay, just keep adjusting till you get to what you're looking for. Just have to keep adjusting. So now I think let's just adjust it a bit more. No, too much. I think this is okay. Let's just put the horizontal to be 0. So let me quickly screenshot this so that you guys could see the rotation that I use, 37 by 0. So there we have, then you click OK. Now the next thing you're going to do is, if you notice, you might think this is you can't edit this text, right? But you can still, it's still in this text form, but just in a 3D way. Okay, just all you just need to do is you just tap on the text and you can still edit, and when you see that whatever you edited will still reflect to what you've done. So now we have our Tuesday, so we now have to expand it a little. Let's keep expanding. So the next trick here now is, okay, now the next trick you're going to do is now to find a way to blend this, to blend the Tuesday to be as if it was crested, as if it was done with the ground. That is the next thing we need to do. We need to find a way to make sure that the text is blended with the ground, with the tarred floor. So the first thing we are going to do is, you're going to change this color. We're not just going to use plain white. We're going to use a bit of gray. You're going to use a bit of gray. So as I was saying, we're going to just give it a gray color, something. Nope. Okay, just give it this second one. The 10% black. We're going to give it 10% black. So now what we are simply going to do now is, we are now going to add noise, because that is what can help us to blend this to seem as if it is crested, it is engraved into the tarred floor. So we are just going to go, since our object is selected, we are going to go to effects. So we are going to go to noise. We are going to add noise. So now let's see. Okay, Now you can experiment between each of these noise, because I came to realize that sometimes some of them might even give you more than what you wanted. I think the best one that can give us is uniform. If we go to Gaussian, if we use Gaussian isn't bad. Okay, Gaussian isn't bad, but uniform will give us exactly what we are looking for. You can see the difference between Gaussian and uniform. So let's increase the uniform a bit to, let's say, 90 by 90. Let's say 90 by 90. Now you see, well, if we use Gaussian, even if it's at 90, it looks crested, yes, but uniform will give us more of what we want. So now this has been done. So we are using 90 by 90 for Gaussian. And let's see if we can take this part of the floor, okay, to, I think this is better, because we took part of the color of the floor. We took part of the color of the third floor to color our the color that is going to serve as the roughness or as the noise. So now we click on OK. So we just exit. So the next thing we are going to do is we are going to lock this stuff. We are going to lock it so that we won't be able to mess with it. So we are just going to lock it. You tap on the text, then you right click, then you go to lock. Once it's locked, the only thing that will be moving now is whatever is here. So we're also going to lock this background too. Okay, we are going to lock the background so that you see, no matter what you type, it's not going to move. So now the next trick now is to bring in this guy. We're going to bring in this guy, but we are going to bring him to the front. Shift page up. Now we are going to make him look more realistic. Okay, we are going to make it look more realistic. That yes, this guy is actually walking on this road. So we need to make it look realistic. So the best thing to do is to reduce his height. We reduce his height. We bring him a bit down. So let's make a duplicate, because we are going to add a bit of brightness to him so that he can still be center of attraction. So we're going to bring him down. Okay, so let's increase it a bit. Or the other side is okay. We're going to bring him down, or let's increase him, then bring him this way, or let's just leave it like this. So now let's go to our edit effects. We go to adjust. We go to image adjustment lab. So from here we are going to not edit him to be dark instead, but we are going to increase the brightness a bit. I'm going to increase the brightness. Then we increase the shadow to bring that it can be a bit bright. So we increase temperature, saturation. Okay, let's just keep increasing to make him a bit okay for us to use. Then okay, contrast. Okay, I think let's just go with this. So let me screenshot this. So now we've done that. Okay, at least we can now separate him from the background, or like before where it was very, very dark, we could not even distinguish the guy. So now we've been able to do that. So now the next thing we're going to do is we are going to create a little bit of small we're going to create small thing here so that it will look like, yes, this guy is actually on the floor. So we're just going to create a small something. Don't worry. So we just go to our ellipse tool. I'm using ellipse tool. You can use any of the shape tool. So I'm just going to color it one of these. Then I'm going to remove the center at the outline. And I'm going to bring it to his leg. Okay, I'm going to bring it to his leg. So it will seem like, yes, he's actually on the floor. So I'm just going to bring it here, somewhere here. So I'm just going to, don't mind the quality of the image. So I'm just going to bring it somewhere here. So let's just call it black, then reduce the transparency, make it a bit transparent. Okay, let's just leave it at 50. Okay, let's leave it at 50 or 30 or 30. Let's put it at 50. Yes, let's put it at 30. So that it will seem like, from afar, it will seem like, yes, this guy is really matching the floor. So now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to now make a shadow of him. we are going to just make a shadow. So for us to make a shadow, let's convert this to bitmap. We go to bitmap. That is the only way we can make a shadow of him. We convert to bitmap. So all you just need to do is tap on the image, you go to bitmap, and convert to bitmap. So now let's add a shadow. But this time around, we're not just going to we are not just going to do the regular shadow. Okay, we are not going to do this regular shadow. We are going to bring out the shadow. We are going to bring the shadow somewhere like this. We are going to bring his shadow. We are going to bring his shadow this way. So we are going to bring his shadow like this. So just watch what I'm doing. Okay. So we have to be very, very strategic about this shadow, because if we do it wrongly, yes, now we've gotten it. You have to be very strategic. So you have to take it from down up. You don't have to take it this way. Okay, you don't take it this way. If you take it this way, you might just end up doing something that is not meaningful. Okay, so you have to take it from down to the up. So now we have brought out the shadow. We just have to increase it. That yes, we can know that yes, there's a shadow there. Okay, too much. Let's elongate it a bit. Now, another thing about being strategic about this shadow is you could just watch the sky properly and see where the light is reflecting from. Okay, so that you can know how to position the shadow. So this is a very simple technique. Yes, it might not be like that of Photoshop, but it's something you can do on CorelDRAW, and people can still say yes, you really know your onions. So now we've been able to do that. So the next thing we are going to do is, you might be wondering, what are we then using this cloud for? Let's just now create something like look forward into the future, or aim for the weekend. So we're just going to create another text, aim for the future, aim for the weekend. This top side is aim for, let's make everything capital letter, aim for the weekend. Aim for the weekend. So what we are going to do now is we are going to reduce the line spacing as usual. I told you guys the quickest way, just do this. Then we are going to align it this way first to justify, so that everything will spread across. Then we'll bring it here. Bring it somewhere here. So now there's a trick I want to do here. Okay? It's a trick I want to do here. I want part of him. Okay, now this is something that would easily be done on Photoshop. Okay, but there's a trick I will do here, so that part of him will be in front of this text, while some part of him will also be at the back of the text. So I want to create something here. Let me reduce it a bit. So now what I'm simply going to do is I'm going to duplicate, I'm going to copy and paste him. So now what I'm simply going to do is this part that will be behind, okay, this part I want to be in front of. Okay, what I'm trying to say now is, let's not confuse ourselves. You can see that all parts of him are already behind this aim for the weekend, but I want some parts to be behind the weekend, while the other part will be in front of the 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break this text by pressing Ctrl K. But let's press Ctrl Q to convert to curve. Then I'll press Ctrl K. So now I haven't pressed Ctrl K. There's something I would have to do here. It's a long process. So I just have to I'll have to edit this, then trim. So I can remove that part of the A. So I can remove this part of the A. Then I'll do the same thing for the O and the arrow. For the O, the arrow I'll trim. Then remove here. So just for you to know what I'm doing, I'll just highlight this O part. I've highlighted here and trim, so I can be able to remove here. So now I've been able to do this. So let me group this part together. I just have to group here. Like I said, it's not going to be that long. So now I already have the weekend also. So let me just quickly remove this of the D. Let me quickly remove this of the D, then highlight, then group. Now that means this top side and this weekend are different. So now what I'm going to do now is I want to bring this to the back. Okay, I want to bring this guy to the back. So let me delete this and then duplicate from here. Control V. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to crop out a part. Like I said, we want this part to be in the back. That is, this is back. The back of his body will be in front of the weekend or behind the weekend. Then the head will be in front of the 4. But if I'm going to do that, then that means I could just simply press Ctrl Shift page up and bring it here. But rather, I want to bring this back. His back should be behind should be the way it is, but his head should be in front. So what I'm simply going to do is I'm just going to this particular part, I'm going to just crop here. I'm going to go to my crop tool, and I'm going to crop this part away. This is head part. I'm going to crop it away. Okay, I'm going to crop it. We are doing a major error here. Okay, so what I need to do is I'll just create a little bit of alignment to say, okay, this is where I'm going to crop out, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to I'm going to exit the power clip, and I'm going to say, okay, this is where I'm cutting out. You see the trick, like I said, is step by step. You have to understand the trick. So I'm just going to slide this guy over here. Then I'm now going to focus on him. Then I'm going to go to my crop tool, and I'm going to crop this part away to this area. Okay, I'm going to crop this part away to this area, so it will remain this guy. So what I'll just simply do is I'll bring him here to align properly with this. Okay, to align properly with this. So I'll now take it to the front. Shift page back. No. I just have to align it to be it's very tricky. So you have to be very, very careful. Now I've done it. It's what I'm talking about. Now I've done what I wanted to do. Okay, I've done what I wanted to do. But you could have said, okay, if that is the case, then you should have been able to just make it, since here this one is single, this one is single, just make it equal. Like I said, everything's all about trick. It's all about understanding how to go about this kind of edit. So now, since I've done this part, I also want to bring a part of him to the back of this weekend. Okay, I want to bring a part of him to the back, so I'm just going to copy and I'm going to paste. And I'm going to paste. This is what I want, but I don't want every part to be behind. So I'm just going to also drag this to this side. So this from here, I want to be behind. Okay, but not everywhere. I want a part to be behind. So I'm just going to bring out my ruler. Okay, let me just bring it this in. I'm just going to bring out this of my ruler. This ruler here. Then I'm going to align it to somewhere here. Okay, I'm going to align it to somewhere here. Then I will align the other parts to somewhere here. Then I've got what I want. So all I just need to do is drag this guy away. So the trick I want to do here now is to make sure a part of him is behind the E. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my crop tool, and I'm going to crop this part away. I'm going to crop this part and remove the head part. I'm going to crop this part. So let's see if this is going to work. This is freestyle. This is just a freestyle work. Okay, for me to be able to do this, I have to break this text apart again. I have to ungroup this. So I can bring this K to the front, shift page down, and bring this K to the part. Okay, then you can see that it now looks like as if this E is resting on his back, while the K is behind, while this E is in front. So now I've been able to achieve this little bit of photo editing. What I simply need to do is now highlight the whole of this guy. Let me just highlight this weekend, this and this and this, and I'm going to group. Then this guy, everything here I'm going to group. Now if you group them, you are going to miss your shots, so you just have to leave them that way. Because if you're going to group them, CorelDRAW will see it as one image and decide to bring them to the front, and you're going to end up losing your editing. So now that we have done this, we are going to reduce this a bit to make it look like it's at the far distance of the road. Okay, so it seems as if it's at the far distance of the road. So now we're going to just adjust a bit. So let's arrange our work. Now let's bring this. So now we have been able to do something. So let's remove our rulers so that we can see our design clearly. Now we've been able to achieve something. So the next thing we're going to do is you are just going to add a little bit of editing to these letters. I'm going to bring it down a bit. Okay. But before we do this, this shadow editing, let's try to see if we want to duplicate this, then we transparent it. So it seems as if the road is wet and the stuff is reflecting on the road. So we just take it to the back, so as if it's reflecting on the road. So okay, I think it's better we do it this way than using shadows. So we've been able to achieve this. So that was the next step to take. I think that is all we need to do. I think that is all. So the next thing we're going to do is let's just find a way to fix this cloud if we can. Let's just find something to fix this cloud to give it a bit of flair. Okay, I think this is good. It will seem like, I think this is cool. Now what we are simply going to do is now we are going to zoom in, then we are going to draw little lines as if it's rain droplets. You're just going to draw some white lines. Lines like this. We're just going to draw lines like this, as if it's rain drops, those kind of thing. So they are black now, so you're just going to highlight them, then give them a lighter color. Then the next thing we are going to do is we're going to find a way to make them, let's just make it transparent. Let's make it transparent a bit transparent. Okay. Let's make it a bit transparent, 40. I don't really like the way they are looking, so let's try and change the colors, or let's try and edit it a bit. Let's just try and edit some of them. Okay, you use your shape tool to edit them. These two here, this shape tool, since they're already lines, just edit them a bit. Just edit them a bit, just make it a bit fanciful. Wow, this is a very long process, man. So just edit them a bit, just to make it have this little bit of okay, I think that is it. They look too artificial, so they look too artificial. Okay, what you're going to do is we're going to give it the color of the cloud. Shift Ctrl E. Then let's give them the color of part of the cloud, so it can blend together with the cloud. So it's let's see if it is going to work that way. This is freestyle. I didn't plan for this. I just said let me try something and turn it into a video. So okay, that didn't work. So let's give it on that color. Okay, I think this should do the job. Should we edit the sky, the cloud? Should we edit the cloud? Let's see if editing the cloud is going to make any sense. Oh, we can't edit the cloud. We can edit the cloud. So let's see if we convert it to bitmap, if we can edit the cloud. Okay. Yes, you can edit it. All you just need to do is convert to bitmap. Okay, let's see if this color of cloud is going to work. I think we should go with this color of this cloud. So let's just bring this one this way and go with this instead. So I think that is it for this. So this is a little bit of mini photo editing manipulation. You know, it might be long. You might have been able to do it easier on CorelDRAW, sorry, on Photoshop, but at the end of the day, at least you have learned something using CorelDRAW today. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe. I'm begging you guys, please subscribe, so that, because subscription encourages us, you real YouTubers. It's a mode of encouragement. And please like the video, comment if you love this video, you know, and also share this video with your friends. Share the YouTube channel with your friends. Make them understand that, oh, they can learn a lot from this YouTube channel. Okay, and also most importantly, hit the notification bell icon so that you won't miss out when I drop new tutorial videos. So until next time, stay safe and stay healthy. Catch ya.